Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Kayla Lords.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This week, we're talking about our top favorite kink of all time, mutual favorite kink. We do not consider power exchange our kink. It's our lifestyle. It's our relationship style. Mm-hmm. So then in the hierarchy of our kink needs, yes, we did an episode on that. I will link in the places. Impact play was the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like if we didn't have that, something would be missing from our lives.
We'd be hard pressed for, yeah.
Absolutely. So just like the video we did very recently on our favorite vibrators for forced orgasms, that was, it was fun to wave the Hitachi around at you for a few minutes. We thought we'd show off and share and talk about our favorite impact play toys. Yeah. And we have several. Some are more one person's favorite than another person's. But we've talked about impact play before, and we've even done a toy bag tour.
Yeah.
So some of these things might look familiar to you, and if you want to see the full toy bag tour, I'll link that in the places as well. But this time we're going to get real specific on exactly what we like the most, the best. It's making me want to play. And just put it out there. Yes, I know what my shirt says. It says I need a spanking because I do. Mm-hmm. And yours says choose your weapon. And we will link to these shirts below too if you're interested in those. And I do want to do the disclaimer that some of the links, if there are links to products, they might be affiliate links, not necessarily all of them. And if we don't have a link, we're sorry. I'm looking at two products right now we don't have a link to. But we will link where we can down below if any of these are of interest to you. Okay, so let's start with our first.
Okay.
Wooden paddles.
Yeah.
Now, I guess I need to make another disclosure here because you make and sell wooden paddles.
Yes.
But that's because we love impact play, and when you started wood turning and playing with wood and making things with wood, you were like, ooh, what can I make? And toys were the things you made.
Yeah.
So this is the one you chose when I said pick out your favorite wooden paddle. Would you like to talk about this?
Yeah. This is a little bit of a new design on an old paddle that I've been making. And when I do wood turning, I love incorporating resin with the wood turning. And that got my mind thinking, well, why can't I incorporate resin with paddles?
And then you did.
And I did. And
and that's actually the prototype.
This was the prototype. It was the very first one I made, just to give it a go. And I have come to love this paddle. Matter of fact, just fairly recently, someone was taken out to the wood shop, and
that was delightful.
This was what was used, and
that one knocked my breath out of me. So, what is it you like about wooden paddles in general?
I love wood. As a someone who started out doing wood turning, I love wood. I love the grain of it. The colors of the different woods, and when it's finished properly, you get a good sanding. I just love the feel of it.
So you like how it feels in your hand?
Oh yeah.
He's being menacing over there on that paddle. I know what that paddle can do. So I like wood paddles too, but for me it's not as much as I like a pretty paddle. And like in this case, this is a black walnut with red resin. It's beautiful. Of course, I'm going to care mostly about how they feel. I have said many times, and will continue to say, my favorite impact sensation is thud, not sting. And so the thing I like about many, but not all wooden paddles is you can usually rely on some level of smack or thud. A smack is somewhere in between a sting and a thud. It's sort of satisfying, but it doesn't always penetrate deep into the muscle below the top level of skin in terms of sensation. So you have some wooden paddles that you love that are super stingy. They are very lightweight, and when you come at me, I'm like, I really kind of wish this would stop, but I'm enough of a masochist that I'll let it keep going, thanks. Whereas with a heavier paddle, which with wood you can purchase a light wood or a heavy wood, we get more of a thud. When you use this on my very recent birthday spanking, which was belated and I'd been whining about, by the way, you started with my absolute favorite paddle that we're going to get to, which is kind of a cross between two different types of paddles, which is smacky, and you can go all day long on that thing.
Right.
This one was the punctuation mark. This one was the and one to grow on.
Yeah.
And yes, I was pretty sure you swung it like a baseball bat. It was deep, but it covered such a large area. That's the nice thing about long paddles, too. You go right across the butt. On a very sensitive butt. You had already given me 42 smacks with another paddle.
Yep.
That it was overwhelming, and I actually almost cried, like the cathartic crying that some kinksters will know from certain types of scenes. It's a release. I almost got there with one smack because yes, it was heavy and thuddy, but it was also overwhelming on very sensitive skin, and whoo, the wind got knocked out of me.
It was a wake-up call.
Which I think is what we kind of both like about, especially longer paddles. You cover more surface area, you can, pardon the pun, create a bigger impact. And it definitely gets my attention. So while I won't go, oh yes, I love it when you get my attention like that, I also love it when he gets my attention like that. Let's be real. So the wood paddles you make are found at thekinkery.com, but wood paddles are available in all kinds of places. If you've never tried a wood paddle and you're at your local dungeon or you're shopping on, for sex toys and you see one and you like how it feels in the hand and you like the heft of it, definitely give it a try. It's kind of an old standard in paddles. Like a wood paddle is like a thing. I mean, there's plenty of history around wooden paddles for when they used to do corporal punishment in schools and all kinds of stuff.
The Board of Education.
Right. And so, of course, kinksters went, that actually sounds good to me.
Right?
So it's sort of the OG in terms of some kinds of toys. So if you ever come across one and you want to try it, we definitely encourage it. Wooden paddles are great. They're great. Okay, so next on the list is our second mutual favorite. We're going to get into some where some of us like them better than others. And that is floggers. And again, when I was like, pick a flogger, you picked this one.
Yeah.
So tell us why that's a favorite.
This is a nice little flogger compared to many. Easy to use in the bedroom if you don't have a lot of space to swing a flogger. And also, this particular flogger is very soft. It's deer hide.
It feels really good on the skin.
Yeah. It is great for a warm-up flogger. And I like to use it as a bedroom flogger. There are times when I feel like swinging a flogger, but, there's kids in the house and... and at night, before we go to bed, we have a little ritual. She bends over the bed, asks for permission to get into bed, and it's usually given after several smacks to the... Yeah,
that's how much we like impact play.
And there are times I will bring this out and use this, again, because it's light, it's convenient, doesn't make a lot of noise.
Unlike Ella the cat, who's in the background.
So, it's kind of nice, and I like it. It's just simple and fun. And
I think you said something that's kind of interesting to point out for people who maybe don't have a lot of experience with impact play or being on the giving end of it. Sometimes you just want to swing a flogger.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to hit something, but not necessarily in like a sadistic, angry, let's make somebody dance on their toes kind of way. You just want to have that motion and that experience.
Right.
I'm okay with that because sometimes I just want to be hit with something. Thank you very much. What I like about this flogger specifically, and floggers like it, is when you're in a gentle, quiet kind of mood, it's more like a massage. It is very soft and sensual.
It's almost therapeutic.
It is almost therapeutic. I can kind of zone out and almost meditate to it because will find a rhythm, and I will just go along with it and just ride the sensation because it's not really painful, and it's impact. I don't know how to describe impact without pain, but impact without pain is absolutely a thing. I don't know what the words are for it, but it exists, and these kinds of floggers have given us that experience. Now, let's be very clear here. If you decide, I'm feeling like a rat bastard, you can make that thing hurt.
Yeah.
You can go a little faster, hit me with just the tips.
Or swing it as a...
Right, like you're snapping a towel. And it's sharp, and it's a burning, stinging kind of sensation, and we definitely play that way from time to time. My particular favorite with these types of floggers is when you're gentle and sensual and warming me up, so to speak. So this particular flogger you found at a kink vendor thing at a dungeon.
At a kinky craft show at a dungeon,
We
yes.
don't have a link to it, but lots of people make these types of floggers, and if you ever come across one, they're a great one to start with too if you're a beginner, because they are smaller and they're a little less intimidating, and the sensation most of the time is pretty nice and controlled.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, we actually we had to pick two. You picked your favorite, I picked my favorite, and that's leather paddles.
Yes.
So the first one we'll let you start with is the leather Taws from Libazila, which we did do a review on, and then there's mine, which is from, right now I forget the name of the company, I'll put it here, that we got straight from the manufacturer years ago, and I have not found where you can buy this. I'm so sorry. I'm going to tease you with this one. So talk about this leather Taws that is the bane of my existence. Thanks.
Yeah. I like this. One of the reasons why I like it is, as you can see, you have the flat side, and then you also have the side that is cut in strips.
That is not my favorite.
No, it's not. She does not like that. That definitely has some sting to it. You flip it over, and well, a little bit more, less sting, but still some. One of the things I do like about it, let's face it, sometimes this play is not even so much about the hurt you inflict, but the psychological aspect of it. And with this being split this way and these being cut in strips as such, there is the noise that it makes. So it's kind of a. So with these two pieces slapping together on impact, it makes a little extra slappy noise that.
Yeah, I'll jump from the slappy noise more than anything.
Yeah.
You are very good at that, and also I fall for it every time.
Every time.
You'll use a toy that makes a loud noise, and I'm jumping because the loud noise makes me think the pain is worse than it is, or that it's going to be worse. And then by the time I've jumped, come back to myself, I'm like, that wasn't that bad. That was fine. That was fine. Yeah, as a sadist, you love a good mindfuck. So yes, I have noticed most of the toys you tend to love. If you can add a mindfuck to it, you will.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I like the look of a leather paddle. I like how it feels in my hand if I'm holding it. I am not above wanting a pretty toy. Okay. I like functional. We need it to be functional, but if it's going to be beautiful as well, I'm even happier. So while that's not my favorite because of the sting that it creates, I do love how it looks. I love to hold it. I like to look at it. I like knowing it's in our collection. So that can have value as well.
There you go.
My favorite is technically a combination between wood and leather. So this is what it looks like. And the first time I saw it, especially with these studs in it, I was terrified. I was like, this is going to hurt so bad. I'm going to hate this. No. So this creates a very satisfying smack on my butt. And the smack can hurt. 42 spanks, basically 21 per cheek after 21. Yeah, it kind of hurts a little bit. But it doesn't go muscle deep or bone deep so that it knocks my breath out, so that it sort of rocks me back a little bit, so that it leaves the afterburn of painful sensation. It's very surface level, and this actually feels so good that you can swing harder and harder and harder, and I can still take it, which is how you can go for as long as you want and then end with the other wooden paddle that drove the breath from my body, y'all. I just like that. It was so deep.
Now see, here's what I'll do. I'll tell you what, next year for your birthday, I'll do the entire spanking with this paddle. But hear me out.
Okay.
Because it's so long and it covers both cheeks, I will count one smack as two. No? You'll get through it that much quicker.
No, I will be a sobbing mess, which there's nothing wrong with having that kind of impact play scene.
I extended what I thought to be a fair offer.
this one, this one. I want to use this one. This one is happy and nice to me, and it gives me the sensation and it gives me the impact without making me want to cry and tell you to please, please stop. It just feels good. I just... yeah, this one's my favorite. And it's really a combination of wood and leather. It feels good in the hand as well. Or just holding it. I don't know if I'd want to hold it for all, because I don't care. I'm on the receiving end. I don't want to spank anybody. I just want to be spanked. Thanks. Yeah, this is one of the Lodbrock. They have a new name. They go by a different name, and I can never remember it. So, yeah. This one was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
It is the one that when I maybe just need a therapeutic kind of maintenance spanking, I'm like, because what I don't want is to be hurt to the point where I'm like, okay, we have to stop now. I just want the rhythmic, meditative impact.
Mm-hmm.
This one does that. So that is leather paddles.
Yeah.
Next up, we only have one of these, but I'm so in love, it goes on the favorites list. I love this. And that is an Electro Paddle. Now, this one is from Electrostim. I'm sure other electroplay companies make their own versions. One day maybe we'll try some. The way it works is that you smack with this side, and then on my basically lubed up butt, the skin of my butt has a gel lubricant on it. You run this, the way we play with it, you run this over my butt.
Correct.
Y'all, it's like vibrating under my skin. It's the same kind of sensation as when I apply a vibrator to my clit, except it runs across my entire bottom, just under the skin. It's that kind of buzz. It is amazing.
And here, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if we can get it. There you go. There are two inputs, and those inputs are where you connect the wires that then go to the eStim unit.
So that's how you get the buzzy feel. You have to use the gel liquid as a conducting liquid.
It's a conductive gel,
or
yes.
you'll burn.
Yeah, that's possible, but also you don't get any...
you don't get any feeling.
You don't get any feeling from it, correct.
So you have to have that.
Right.
Also, you have to have time to be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. We don't pull this out for a quick session. This has got to be part of sort of a more planned scene.
Right.
Because there's equipment involved. Is it a little messy when you've applied all that conducting gel? Yeah. But you just put a towel down and move on.
Right, and then get ready to jump in the shower afterwards.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So that's why I like the Electro Paddle. Why do you like the Electro Paddle?
I like the reaction you get from it.
You do.
I mean, and that's really about it for me. It's all about the reaction. You know, the hitting you with thing that, you know, impact play, yeah. But then, you know, the added with the conductive, and you know how sharp that feels depends on how much you have the stim unit turned up.
It's true, and you keep it fairly. You don't make it painful for me.
No.
The pain is from the impact, the smack from the paddle.
Right.
Then
I wanted just enough to get a reaction from you to make you dance a little bit.
It feels so good. It feels so good. It takes that deep tissue massage thing I like about some impact and just takes it to a different level. And it really feels like there's a vibrator in my butt. And I don't mean that the way that could be misconstrued. It's right under the skin and across my entire backside, and it's fucking amazing, y'all.
There you go.
Amazing. I'm a fan. So I could go with I'm a fan, and then we have to move into only one of us really likes this.
Yes.
But it would have been wrong of me not to include it, even
That's
though I
right.
didn't want to. And that's a cane.
Delrin cane.
And was that your first prototype of the actual cane? You played with other toys.
Yeah.
But then you made a cane. Was that your first prototype?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So you do make these. We do sell these at thekinkery.com, but this is the one you made for us to play with.
And what I like about this, the Delrin, it is very, very whippy.
That's the thing I hate about it so much. That's a 1/4-inch Delrin, and
Yeah.
it is whippier than thicker Delrin. That one's just evil.
Yeah.
It's just evil.
And you know, with this one, when I play with it with her, because she doesn't really like the cane strikes, it's more of a
Yeah, it's a real light tap.
light tapping, but a consistent.
And it's the consistency that will become unbearable. When you want to sprinkle in a little seasoning into a scene,
Yeah.
you might really whack me good.
Right.
The part I struggle with a cane is because of the size and the length and the thinness of the cane itself. When it hits, wherever it hits, hello, Ella. The sensation feels like it's just run straight through me in a line of fire. It goes what I call bone deep, and it's burning the whole way. And some people love that sensation, and I'm over here going, I don't like that. Where's my deep tissue massage? That's what I like. But you like it, and I like to please you, and you use it in a way I can mostly tolerate.
I use it judiciously, so that way you don't,
Which is how you can play with a toy that maybe is not your favorite on the receiving end and still derive pleasure from the scene, and your partner gets some of what they want, and you haven't, crossed any limits or lines or boundaries. You haven't done something that makes you uncomfortable to do.
Right.
So it is not my favorite. Am I happy to send them out when they are ordered and purchased? Absolutely. Am I saying a little, I am so sorry, over it every time?
She does.
Yes, I am. We have gifted canes to kinky friends of ours, and I just look at the submissive and I go, I am so sorry. So sorry. Do I say that with the wooden paddles? No, I don't. I just gleefully go, you're about to have a good time, because I know what my favorite is. But the cane, you've threatened, we don't really do impact play as punishment very often.
Right.
But if you want to get my attention, you will sometimes threaten the cane.
This is a good deterrent.
I'll straighten the hell up real damn quick.
Do I need to get the cane out, girl?
Nope. I am the best good girl
I'll be happy to pull that out and.
Nope. We're good. Thanks. So, yeah, it's your favorite. It is not mine.
No.
But we still play with it. And last on our list, because it's a little hard. You're like, but all this stuff costs money, and maybe I can't get to a shop. Okay. One of our first impact play toys, and I'm still sad because this was a damn good item. It's Pervertables. You find stuff around your house that you've already got, or that you go, in this case, it was a Dollar Tree find, y'all, the dollar store, and
It is a good find.
It was a great spaghetti sauce spoon. It had the flat edge so you could scrape the bottom of the pot. It lived in my kitchen until I met you. It lived in my kitchen, and now it lives in the toy bag.
It waited for me to, this thing is, I love this. This is great. And one, because of the flat bottom and the scoop that's in there, you can get a nice, really cup that ass when you...
You love a good cupping of an ass when you strike.
And even on the other side with that curve, you get that nice flat...
It's a satisfying smack. It's not overwhelming. I can take it sort of like my Lodbrock paddle that I can take really well. I'm just really sad because I never found another one like it, and it was really good in the kitchen.
And from the kitchen drawer, it now lives in the toy bag.
You put a string on it.
Even
so if we go to a dungeon or somewhere for play and we need to, there's a rack to hang up the toys, because it's my job to prepare the area before we scene. Yes. So Pervertables can be all kinds of stuff. We've used belts. Of course, we have wooden spoon, which is a classic, hairbrush, a ping pong paddle, which you promptly broke over my butt. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can sometimes use what you already have.
Right.
If you don't have things, you can go to someplace like a Dollar Tree or a Walmart or whatever is your inexpensive place to shop in your area, and pick up household items. Nobody's going to know what you're buying. It's super discreet. It's super affordable. And then you've got an impact play toy on even a super tight budget. So, but yeah, we still have Pervertables in our toy bag. You did an entire scene with me one time with a belt that technically that would be an impact play Pervertable, but you used it as a mindfuck. You never actually touched me with the belt.
Right.
And I was a quivering
She was a mess.
It was great. It was great. So those are our favorite impact play toys. If you are into impact play, please let us know what your favorite toy is down in the comments. Because one, we're always on the hunt for some new toys.
Oh,
And
yeah.
two, there's so much out there that just our favorites are like not even the tip of an iceberg. Like it's like a snowflake in a blizzard. That's how many options there are out there. So share with us down below and let us know what you like. And if you are interested in anything we've talked about, if there are links to it, we have put those in the description box. Some things don't have links. We apologize, but just keep your eyes out when you're out like doing some kinky shopping online or in person. You never know what you'll find.
True.
So that's it for us this time. If you enjoyed this video, we love a thumbs up. If you liked it enough to want to come back for more, please consider subscribing.
And once you do that, ring the notification bell to get updates and new content.
And if you really like what we do and want to help us do more of it, you can join us on Patreon at patreon.com/CalebLords. Bye.
Bye.